Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video by yours truly. I just kind of wanted to take the time to go over some of the elements of 2.4 that I think are quite significant and are going to set us up for quite a pleasant experience. Now, as usual, Smack tuned in for the live stream this morning, and I just kind of lived in the moment. And usually when I live in the moment, certain elements that are quite significant kind of just go over my head. And that's why I told my community at the end of the stream, I said, hey guys, I'm gonna let this soak in versus giving you guys an immediate opinion. And then I'll have a much more grounded take on the patch, plus the recency bias will have faded off by a bit, and we can have a real discussion on some of these things. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and go over all the elements. I've already written them down. I want to explain some strong key points about the MSQ that we're going to be getting in conjunction with the new area to explore. I want to talk about some of these content updates that I think are more impactful and shows that Kudo Games is finally starting to move the ball in terms of the foundations that have been laid. And we've been waiting on them to move the ball on some of these foundations. So I have a lot of thoughts to share. And as usual, I got some criticisms to share as well. And let's go ahead and get into it. Quick moment of your time. If you're looking for a new strategy turn-based RPG to sink your teeth into, check out Ethereum Restart, and here's why. First off, the launch incentives are insane. I mean, you can get up to 500 pulls playing this game over a week casually. And then on top of that, you get another 2 SSR characters from 7-day commissions, another 40 pulls on just logging in for 7 days. The gameplay is more so what I'm invested in particular, because the strategy is this game's main attraction, in my opinion. As you're progressing through the game, for an example, progression is meaningful. You can't just steamroll through the content and get gear for free. No, you literally have to develop teams that are going to be tailored to the particular modes you're doing in order to receive those power enhancements, making that vertical progression experience all the more enjoyable. And to supplement that experience, there's also a wide roster of characters offering you a healthy balance between both male and female characters. All of them contain unique, exclusive, and niche abilities that you can use to explore with your creative freedom to further have a good experience with team development and strategy. And this is a big one for me. It's not like you have all of these strong characters and you're like, what do I do with them? It's just one mode. No, there's a plethora of modes. Whether you're into PvP and you want to do the real-time action arena and go up against people in real time, or you're on the PvE side of things where you can play co-op with another person and go up against boss fights. And then there's anti-sync heroes where there's even more boss fights for more gear. There's a lot of different modes you can stick your teams into in order for you to have that experience to where you're not just feeling like I have all these pieces and nothing to really put them into. Honestly, if you're thinking about giving this game a chance, once again, if you like strategy, I think you won't regret it. I'll be covering it diligently when it launches on June 5th, so click the link down below in the description box to pre-register now. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you guys on the launch. All right, let's start off with the most important element of a new update. Main story quest is getting a progressional update. I say this all the time, and I want to make sure you guys understand me clearly. The reason I always say the MSQ is the most important thing is because I have taken good note that the cog wheels on the machine start turning rapidly when that MSQ updates. Think about the best updates in since the dawn of Wuthering Waves. The Shorekeeper one, that was an MSQ. 2.0, that was an MSQ with a new region in coherency with the MSQ. 2.2, that was an MSQ. You get the best quality and the most impactful one-time playthrough experiences when that main story quest updates. Everything starts to move and progress, and it doesn't feel like a void or emptiness at all. And so that's why I always say the main story quest is the most important part. Now, with that note in mind, we have great and excellent news coming in 2.4. We aren't getting one chapter, we are getting 2 chapters, and they're spreading them apart for the first and second halves of 2.4. This is so good because one of those problems of Wuthering Waves, I don't know if have they ever done this before. First of all, I don't remember. If you know for a fact that they have, please comment down below. To my recollection, I can't think of it, but let me tell you right now, one of the biggest problems that I know for a fact 90% of the time exists is they only give you an MSQ update for like one half, and then the second half you come back to like that void, that empty feeling of what the hell do I do? Oh, I'll pull on the character. Wait, never mind, I'm skipping that character. So now what do I do? Scraps, event scraps. Usually the second half of these games is just like dailies, weeklies, biding your time until the next patch comes. And if the next patch is a filler, holy fuck, that is a lot of downtime until you wait on that next MSQ update. So with that thought process in mind, you can see the positivity that's occurring here, because we didn't get 2 MSQ updates in 2.2, and I damn sure don't remember us getting it in 2.0 either. Yeah, we didn't. So it's very important. All right. Now, on top of that, like I just said, we get a new region thanks to the MSQ update. And it ain't just like the same reused content and sprinkle some flowers on it to make it look nice. No, this is a whole ass new quality, new culture, new people region. And I can't stress to you guys that exploration is the reason why the story is so good in Wuthering Waves, because they do such an exceptional job with their methodical approach. Like, once again, 2.0 and 2.2, they're not just unveiling who the characters are, the culture of the people, and the dialogue consumption. They're also, in a simultaneous manner, introducing you the world building of this place through exploration. So in short, exploration isn't cool just because of how beautiful the world is. It's cool because of the coherency of it in conjunction with the story progression. Now, speaking of which, the theme, what do I think about it? Here's the thing I'm gonna say. There's always a way to identify your expectations of a story and what you can expect and extract from it. It usually goes off of what they're showing. What I'm looking at right here isn't some deep philosophical message that I'm gonna like take with me for the rest of my life. You know, it's not gonna change the way my perception is on life. It's not something I can take that's relatable. That's not what I'm getting from this. That's more so of the church dynamic with the manipulation and all that corrupt shit that's going on with the false sentinel and stuff. But what I'm getting from this is more of like a shonen, a Marvel-esque experience. I see two hot chicks with some cool weapons. They have omnipotent power. They look badass and shit, and they're aura farming, right? So that's off rip. I'm not setting my expectations up to get some insane, like, you know, impactful experience from this. I want to see cinema, because look at it. Let's go ahead and take a look at what they showed in the YouTube video. Yeah, so like I said, you're looking at two hot chicks staring at each other, bro, aura farming. Edgy as hell, like a shonen. And as soon as I see this kind of stuff, a lot of people like pump fake themselves and hype themselves up like, oh my God, it's gonna be such an incredible, deep, thought-provoking experience. No, not this part. When they get back to Fenrico, I think that's when you can expect that, right? But this part right here, bro, just look at it. This is cinema. This is edgy, shonen, action-packed, fast-paced. Oh my God, that looks insane. That's the type of experience I'm going to be bracing myself for, and I look forward to it, because it's one thing that Wuthering Waves actually does quite well. They give a good Marvel-esque, I think St. Tontes said that, and I get behind that sentiment, Marvel-esque / shonen experience. And then on top of that, as you're absorbing in those cutscenes, in the downtime of getting through those build-up moments, those hype moments, they're showing off a breathtaking worldview. You're getting to unveil the culture and how that functions. This is what I'm looking forward to, because this is what I've seen them consistently do in both 2.0 and in 2.2, as well as the Shorekeeper quest in 1.3. And that's what my expectations are. See these little areas right here? One thing that's weak about Wuthering Waves is the one-time playthrough is godly. But once you get through that one-time playthrough, you start to see the cracks and the flaws of Wuthering Waves. This is the criticism I will provide. Although this stuff looks amazing, and I'm sure they'll do a good job walking you through it, after you're done with the playthrough and doing your one-time exploration, you come to realize that it's a very beautiful but empty world with no real replayable, no real replay value. It's just meant to like soak in as, ah man, this looks so cool, the music's so tranquil, the ambiance and the vibes are hitting, but what the fuck? Why am I flying over these areas? There's just nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? And so if there's one real criticism I would like to deliver, I hope that one day in the future that they actually put things inside of these regions that are of good replay value. But I think the inherent flaw of gacha game dynamics and the way that they're constructed is that they can't like give you rare boss spawns and things to do, because usually those involve rare gear that drops and rare items that drop. And there's just no way to monetize that in a gacha game. So there's no real way to give you that inside of the world, because the gear is done through a stamina system, right? The rare items, well, there aren't any fucking rare items, you know? So I think that's always gonna be like an issue we'll deal with in gacha games. Now, the next thing I really wanna give like praise to Wuthering Waves on is this event right here. This is pretty much Pokemon Auto Chess, one of my favorite games of all time, will always be one of my favorite games. I've always told people that if I had it my way, I would just play TFT for a living. It's a great game, it's auto chess. I was so happy to see this and Wuthering Waves. They even got some Yu-Gi-Oh vibes going on here, bro. damn, did they cook with this. And I look forward to playing it. I really hope the community receives it well. Whatever flaws it has, I hope we can all give the proper feedback and let them cook and build upon this, because this is something that I truly believe can appease both the hardcore audience and, more importantly, the casual audience. If they can turn this into a replayable in-game mode, we'll now kind of slowly crack away at that weakness of no replay value after a one-time playthrough. But this is so freaking cool. Why? Well, guys, it's the first time, and you correct me if I'm wrong, it is the first time that I've seen them finally move the fucking ball on their ecosystem. It's the first time I've seen them try to attempt to build upon it. We saw this in HSR when we did a little Pokemon event with the enemies. That shit was fun. And then they just like kind of just left it alone. But in Wuthering Waves, they've got this beautiful ecosystem that gives off a Pokemon vibe, and we've just not done anything with it. Finally, this is the first time we see them doing something with it. And God, it looks like it could be fun. I love auto chess. I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a biased person. It's not for everyone, but I hope you guys will, come to accept this shit, because it's such a beautiful thing. You just set up your pieces on the board. They all have these different effects that kind of synergize with one another. And then you go against somebody else that does the same thing, and you get buffs throughout the whole process. It's a fun little event. And so I'm really excited about that event. I'm just going to go ahead and let y'all know. Next up on the list that I saw was the new permanent challenge, which is going to be like a capture the flag event where you go around taking over these territories that have a flag, and they say that you're going to fight a big, powerful boss. They said the boss is going to be extremely challenging. I love this, first of all, because this kind of builds on what I was telling you that Wuthering Waves is lacking. It lacks like replay value around the map to go and do things. And this still seems like it's going to be like a one-time playthrough event. But if they can like build upon this and put more of these type of things around the map for people to do after they finish their one-time playthrough, it will be a good way to increase a little bit of that replay value. But one thing I saw in here is they're doing an idea I've always wanted inside of the fucking TOA. They're saying that when you dodge and do counterattacks and parries, it enhances your combat capabilities. This is something I wanted to see strictly in that dog shit tower of adversity with the stale music. If we can get something like that inside of the TOA, I think it would make for a much more fun and immersive experience, because it incentivizes you to do the beautiful elements that are exclusive to Wuthering Waves in this open world genre for Gacha. And so, man, I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, that's gonna be so cool. It looks like she's doing some new stuff too. Like, bro, is this sword coming down? What the hell? This is the type of creativity that the TOA is lacking. Let's get this in the TOA. And man, I think we'll have such a more fun time. People will also be motivated to dodge, parry, and counter. They'll be more motivated versus just steamrolling and just doing rotations like on a brainless manner. Next up, we are getting another tactical hologram fight. I want to talk about that in a bit, but first of all, I want to give again praise to Kudo Games. I remember in the very beginning of the game, they weren't as consistent with new hologram fights. I'm pretty sure a couple of updates would go by before you would get a new hologram. Recently, bro, they've just been dropping them every single update. That's exactly what I asked for in the beginning. That was the expectation I set. I'm happy to know that they're actually doing it. Almost every update. I don't know if we missed one where we haven't gotten a hologram. So bravo to them. Now we're getting an upgraded Tempest Mephis, boys. This fucking Kelpie isn't 2 copies, it's 3 copies. And it seems that they have a little bit of the pre-existing moves of Tempest Mephis, but they've also expanding upon it. Like some of these do look a little bit different. So I'm very excited to fight that hologram fight. It's been a while since I've been motivated to do a cinema showcase like I did with Changli versus the Crownless. That's going to be a fight I'm going to want to do something like that again, as well as Fleur-de-Lis. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, W update right there. Now, this next one I'm happy about, but I'm also disappointed about. I'll explain why. First of all, once again, Kudo is building upon a foundation. Hologram fight, it's always been solo, just one boss. Now we're looking at 2 bosses at the same time. How fucking fun and stressful in a good way. And I just think it's such a waste to not have a co-op mode for this, right? I'm looking at this as Crisis Trial Challenge, and there's no co-op here. And I'm like, bro, this mode here, this is the co-op mode. This is where you want to pair up with 2 other people and have such a ball watching each other get your asses handed to you, getting one tap by, I don't know, annoying ass bombs on the ground by this dude. I just think it was a missed opportunity to not give people the option of co-op. Maybe they can expand upon this in the future. Overall though, another foundation being built upon and expanded upon. W's. I look forward to doing this too and getting a little sweaty. I hope it's actually challenging though, and not just like base form hologram fights. You know, the base form hologram fights aren't really all that, but we'll see what happens there. I just want to touch up on this briefly, and I think you guys know what I'm going to say. We already saw this a while ago. Why the fuck didn't you just show the in-game skins? You guys gave the like haters ammunition to like talk shit, and honestly I don't even blame them. Like the haters are going because they know them hoes is dog shit. I haven't seen them, but like you can't even get mad at the haters for this because this is our own fault. Like show off the goddamn skins, bro. What are you doing? We already know they look like this in the drip. We need to see them in the game, my guy, especially because you're selling them. Holy, this was such a missed opportunity. But apart from this, the next thing that's coming up, which I need to, let's go ahead and, okay, this is paid for. And guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't mind paid for skins. In fact, I advocate it. I'm buying both the Carlotta and Cheng-Li skin. I don't even care if they're not up to speed to what I want them to look like. I want to advocate for skins in these games, and I want them to be more present. So I'm going to do that. But this right here, bro, like I was looking at this and I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I overlooked. Dog, what the fuck, man? Brother, you're trying to sell us this? Come on, man. If you're gonna sell it, bro, at least put some effort in there, dog. Like, what is this? What is the price tag of this? This shit better be $2. But to be honest, I don't even think they should be selling this, bro. This looks horrible. Guys, listen, I don't hate. I just speak truth. This shit is, this should be a free, unlock it through an event collectible, man. Like, I just don't understand how they could even think this. Does it make you go faster? Premium aspect. Dawn Upon Thorns will soon be available. This Echo aspect set includes, okay, flight aspect, Dawn Upon Thorns. Stay tuned. So they didn't even reveal what it does. If it makes you fly faster, that's gonna be the funniest fucking drama, bro. That shit's gonna be hilarious. I doubt it'll be that, but dude, it's just like I can't see any real value in terms of a price dollar from it. So I thought this was mid as hell. Now you are getting a free one, which is the other one. But yeah, who cares? Honestly, I think the other one that they're supposed to be giving us, or no, we already got through the anniversary event. It no diffs the hell out of this one, to be fair. All right, now the interactive elements, I think this is one of those underappreciated things that needs a bit more spotlight. Guys, these are the little things that make for those moments of when you're exploring a new region and you're soaking it all in for the first time. And then you're just like, man, this is so cool. And then you go down into the water on some magic carpet, a whole new world, the Disney experience. But like the fact that they're still trying to build on that immersiveness, oh, bro, I'm impressed. Like, look, the leaves are now moving when you do abilities. Bro, this type of shit matters, but it doesn't matter by itself. It matters with the combination of all the other small things that they've been putting into the game. This is so freaking cool, bro. And in case you're wet behind the ears, the water now is rippling when you fly low close to it. That's so freaking dope to me, guys. Just imagine if you had that little element there when 2.0 dropped, you would have been even more like falling out of your chair. You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that Kudo's still expanding upon the immersiveness of the game. Great, especially because, like I said, that one-time playthrough is everything for these gacha games. Anyways, those are all the things I wanted to show off in terms of like a visual experience. The rest I want to talk about just scrolling through this. I told people at the end of my live stream today, although I love this, man, I can't wait to use it. I hope it synergizes with Cheng-Li in some form. This guy looks sick, and all these things look cool. I love that they expanded upon the Havoc Drake with all the elements. This reminds me of freaking Demon's Crest from Super Nintendo. What OGs know what I'm talking about, the water area, bro. But my problem is, I just feel like that Kudo Games, and I did say maybe I have too many expectations. It's possible, but I feel like Kudo Games is being fucking lazy with these echoes, bro. I feel like they should be getting triple the amount of echoes here, guys. I think we should be seeing 20 new echoes to acquire. No, fuck that. 30 new echoes in a region, dude. 30 new echoes should not be unreasonable. That said, I do like what they're cooking up, but a lot more volume would be nice. The new Phantom Echoes, we're just gonna double down on that exact same thought process, bro. The new Sonata effects look cool. I'm pretty sure nobody likes grinding new sets. My problem with Wuthering Waves in this atmosphere is gonna be another criticism. The new sets don't even give a variety, especially coming from something like Etheria Restart that is in the realms of Epic 7 and Summoner's War. these new sets don't add to the depth of a build system. It's just a means for you to have to grind some bullshit all over again just to make a character work. But like, if these new sets actually created a means for you to play comps in a different manner, it would be exciting to grind for them. The reality of it is, though, it's just put the set on the new character. There's no depth whatsoever. And that's probably the biggest point of discontent with a lot of the consumers. There's no real value here. It's, once again, the replay value is pretty ass. So that's my thoughts on that. And then, yeah, I think that pretty much sums up everything else. I think this is a nice QOL. The focus mode and the global filter is really nice. It gives off whatever mood you're looking for. Dystopian, and then there's vivid mode. And then you can just kind of like take some nice pictures or just appreciate the atmosphere around you. Other than that, yeah, that's everything. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Let me scroll down a little bit more. These weapons do look insane. I will admit. Bro, the fucking power creep of Wolf's Gravestone. This shit looking like a better version of Titus's sword from Final Fantasy X. That looks really nice. We're getting a 10 pull in conjunction with the 7-day login event. That is beautiful. And yeah, that wraps it up. Those are all my thoughts, guys. You comment down below and you let me know how you think my thoughts were with all this ordeal. I look forward to seeing you in patch 2.4. Over and out. Gentlemen, peace, love, and happiness, and good laughs.